Thank you everyone for coming today. So today we're going to discuss and evaluate the performance of the Cairns Bouts business fitness as of the 30th of June 2020 and the financial budget plan for 2021. You all got a copy of the profit and loss statement for Cairns for 2020, and you also got a copy of the budget for 2021. So in the profit and loss, due to the COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown, the Cairns Bouts Fitness did not meet the 2020 sales budget or met their financial goal to increase new gym memberships by 10%. And the Cairns business was not able to achieve a positive variance. So the sales in the 2020 actuals and the budget was 445,750, and the actual sales that came through were 316,400. Due to the lockdown, the casual attendance for the year was down 50% from what was budgeted. 107,500 was the budget, and the actual casual attendance, we only raised 53,100. So in the 2021 forecast and return on investment, this needs to be increased by at least 15% to increase the net earnings to achieve a positive variance. Our memberships were down by 21% due to the lockdown, as members didn't use the facility for many months. So the forecast financial goal for 2021 is to increase our memberships by at least 10%, and hopefully the marketing campaign that was released in 2020 and the continued advertising in 2021, hopefully we can achieve this. So the membership budget for 2021 is going to be 365,700. This is about just a little under 61,000 more than what was budgeted to help increase the sales and profit. To increase the sales by 5% by the 30th of June, the new marketing initiative will help achieve the market share of 15% by offering a quality range of exercises to clients via weekly fitness classes, personal training plans to help meet the business goal objectives and KPIs. The Cairns business forecast for 2020 was to make a $70,000 profit, but due to the pandemic and lockdown, the Cairns business net profit was in negative, $166,950. The expenses that was incurred was more than what was budgeted, a contributing factor as to why the Cairns business did not make the profit due to the lockdown.
The business will need to make changes in the financial budget plan for 2021, or the Cairns business will run at another loss, of which the Bouts Fitness Company would not be able to continue to sustain.
Okay, so let's talk about the expenses that were incurred in the 2020. So the budget was 373,100, but the actual expenses was 192,50. The actual expenses incurred was 33.78% more. This is a big hit to the Cairns business and the Bouts Fitness Company. So we intend to franchise or lease as an option over the next 3 years to help reduce some of the expenses. For example, purchasing equipment, the company averages just under $3,000 per machine, which is about $46,855 per centre, including GST. So in order to lease the equipment, the best quote was $33,500 per centre, and the lease would run for 36 months with an interest rate of 11% per annum for 36 months, and that would, including GST, that would be 37,855, approximately just under 3,200 per month, which is about 5,000 below the monthly rental alternative that was already previously quoted. Due to the pandemic, the Cairns business overspent. One of its objectives is the annual training and team building sessions for staff. So the budget was 19,500 and we actually spent 35,500. The Cairns business relies on updated skills of staff to increase attendances through the advertising campaigns. Within a year, the Bounce Fitness Company will establish a system where they'll agree to pay training expenses for university and other job-related tertiary training costs and reimburse staff to encourage continued learning and development. So to achieve another business objective and KPI, the Bounce Fitness will look into long-term wellness program providers and to continue to cultivate the company's image, to continue to provide excellent service. The latest market research has established that personal training coupled with life coaching and natural enhancements is one of the fast-growing services industry. Now that we're out of this pandemic and it's business as usual, staff training, customer personal training and quality fitness training is one of the Bounce company's main focus to maintain health and wellbeing across the centres, to reduce the mental health challenges for staff and members that we face due to the pandemic. So we overspent, on the advertising and marketing. The budget was 55,000 and we actually spent 117,000. This is nearly 112% more, and that's another big hit to the Cairns business.
Marketing and advertising budget for 2021 financial year will remain the same as for 2020, the financial year at 55,000. Hopefully Cairns business will not go over this budget.
Okay, we'll just discuss the cash flow. The Bounce Fitness cash flow statement is not consistent with the expected budget income. So 445,750 was expected for sales, and we actually only made 323,100, and the cash flow statement is in arrears 168,950. The company is in negative worth, and it also has not met the financial goal of the business plan. So the below changes will need to be made in the 2021 budget and financial plan to achieve the business goals and objectives. So we need to increase the sales through the marketing campaign that we spent about $117,000 in the 2020, and reduce expenses, staff training and team building. So that's been reduced to 8,000. Maintenance has been reduced from 7,000 to 3,000 due to the new initiative of leasing equipment rather than purchasing. So maintenance is included in the cost of the lease.
The financial budget plan for 2021 expenses has now been reduced by 4.34% for the next financial year to help manage cash flow. So for the 2020 expenses, it was budgeted for 361,300, and now so 2021 expense budget will be 345,600.
Okay, so the goods and services tax is that because we're a cash-only business, we'll be able to claim some of the GST credits at the end of each tax period for 2020. These are actually missing from the P&L statements. The calculation of GST credits are not included in either budget, but the business will claim those in the BAS quarterly or yearly. The business will need to pay 10% of GST for sales, and the cost of purchases, if 100% of the purchases is used for the business, then the business can claim 100% of the GST paid. The business activity statement for 2020 is less due to the business running at a loss, and the expenses were significant. So the 2021 business activity statement may differ due to the expenses being less and the sales improving. So now the next item on the agenda, roles of each team member. So the executive manager will work with the accountant to finalise the budget for distribution, look at franchising and leasing equipment options as implemented in the 2021 financial plan and as discussed in the above items of the P&L. Expand the business to the food industry to increase the number of customers by 10%, and he'll need to develop a project scope, consult a project team, and present this by the 30th of September. This item will be a work in progress and implemented in the new year 2022.
I am happy to be part of this team.
Oh, great, Tony. Thank you. So the General Manager for Finance, you'll need to work with the accountant every quarter and report to the CEO, Margaret House, and the Board of Directors of the actual expenses versus the budget on the 2021 forecast. Any changes, variations or updates to the financial budget plan must be approved via email before the next quarterly meeting to ensure that we are tracking and the targets and we are on target with our KPIs. These meetings will be held the first Monday of each quarter.
How do we communicate to each other?
We can set up a Teams Zoom meeting prior to the quarterly face-to-face meeting.
That sounds great, Martin. Thank you. So the Human Resource and Marketing Manager, Martin, you'll work with the CANS managers to achieve the marketing and advertising strategy of the holistic life management approach, including the personal training, life coaching and fitness classes to customers at a more reasonable price. The above strategy will decrease customer acquisition costs by 4% every 6 months through the implementation of the USP. You've got to make sure you're in all teams are trained. The training is within the budget. I'd like you to establish a system to reimburse employees for training costs incurred for CPD, and engage with guest experts by accessing external trainers for personalised customer classes.
Will staff need to seek prior approval for training?
Absolutely. Pre-approval is required to ensure training and is job related and as per their job roles and scopes. The managers will forward to you all requests for training via email. This will also meet the business strategy of continued provision and excellent service and equipment. So these meetings will be held the first Tuesday of each quarter. Then the managers will then need to ensure all staff receive appropriate annual training, resolve all customer complaints within 48 hours of filing, and escalate the complaints of High to Thomas, the Hindwood, the EA. These meetings will be held weekly at the leadership meeting Mondays at 1 o'clock. So the next item on the agenda is resources and systems required. So that Teams meeting software will have to be installed on each desktop, and we need to create a backup plan if technology fails.
I'm happy to organise this.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Martin. Develop training software for staff. We need to create an Excel spreadsheet to work out full-time staff, part-time staff, casual staff, and what their pro rata costs will be.
I'm happy to organise this with Martin's approval.
Great. So, has anyone else got any other items to address?
No, all good.
All good.
All good.
All good. Okay. The meeting is now closed. It's 2:30, and the next meeting will be the 6th of August, 2021 at 1 o'clock.